What's up, pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here. We are back in the world of Create Above and Beyond, and I wanted to show you guys a few things. First off, I've expanded our windmill. Found out that you can put the windmill in pretty much any shape you want, and it won't hurt. And, you know, I could be, you know, evil and sinister and put like a subliminal message in here for you guys, but I would never do something like that. No. Actually, I was going to write fuck lax in there, but do you know how hard it is to do a K and an A and an X in Minecraft blocks? Especially when they have to all be connected to each other. It's really hard. So, but yeah, before this, we had a really awful shape. I mean, it's already awful, but to show you guys, it'll literally go right through the ground. What's really cool is this right here. Here we go. And oh wait, I'm flying. Oh god. All right. Yep. Oh shit. All right. I don't think it can actually kill you, but yeah, I mean it will if you fall off of it. But yeah, theoretically you could make this thing ginormous if you wanted to. Also, I fixed the speed issue that we were having. You guys will remember yesterday, I guess it was yesterday, everything was really slow and it really sucked. And now it's faster. We'll go over that here in a second, but whoa, yeah, you gotta be careful because the thing it is an actual entity that runs through the world. I am probably going to take that down a couple notches and make it a little less hideous, but I mainly made that to drive Lax insane last night because he's got a minor case of OCD, and I mean, you should have seen it before. I really should have. Actually, there's a picture in Discord if you want to see it. But yep, so this is, oh god, this right here, you can see it is significantly faster. I still have no way to make this get back upstairs yet, but it is something that we're working on. And I had some problems getting it all connected, so but it is connected and running. I gotta get back upstairs and disconnect it so that it stops. I mean, I guess I could disconnect it there, but we'll do it upstairs. I don't want to leave that thing running because at a certain point it'll do the same thing as a Buildcraft quarry and more or less break the server. I love watching it just roll through the world. It's so hilarious. Alright, and let me through. Alright. Let me stop this thing real quick. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. So we'll do this. Okay. So you'll notice here that we've got a cog here. I don't think I actually need a cog here off this thing. I think I could just do a pole off of it. In fact, I want to test that real quick. So let's make a blank hand. All right, so you can see how fast it's going. Pretty quick. All right, so then we're going to break this. There we go. And we're going to put this on there. And then we're going to do it again. Same speed. Okay, perfect. All right, so the way you speed things up is you go from big to small. So we've got a large cogwheel here to a small cogwheel, right? So the reason that works is you're taking something big and putting it on something small. And if you think of it like a wheel. So the big wheel turns and the little wheel turns, but the big wheel has a bigger circumference than the small wheel. So the small wheel has to turn faster. Think of it kind of like walking next to your dad or something like that when you're little. Your dad's steps are bigger than your steps, so you have to move much faster than your dad does to keep up with him. Make sense? So this will speed up the little cogwheel, and then we attach that to another wheel through the piping system, and then we take a big one there and attach that to a small one, which then increases that speed, and then we hook that here. This is only needed because I want to switch it from vertical to horizontal, right? So technically I could break this if I just wanted to feed this, but since I want to feed this over here too, we don't. Now there's a much prettier way to do this with some of the other machines, but that takes resources right now that are kind of scarce. Later on we'll make this a little bit prettier. But anyways, this transfers to this, and then we use little small cogwheels because they were cheaper, and then boom, 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 and then to this. And so the last transform, I guess, is literally just right here. So this is doubled, and then this doubles, and then that's it. And then the way I sped it up is I added a shit ton more sails. So the speed on the actual windmill is faster, and then this doubles, and then that doubles, and then we have the speed that we have there. So it's significantly quicker to do everything that we need to do. So what I want to do now, though, is I want to break this for now, because I want to be able to leave this running for now and not have it run down low, because until we get that set up, it doesn't make sense. But yeah, I'm going to make that prettier just because, mainly because it blocks things and it's kind of ridiculous looking, but it is hilarious. But we may need more of these at other places, so I'm going to use the sails. But I think it takes roughly 8 sails to get an improvement in speed, so keep that in mind if that's something that you want to do. The other thing I wanted to point out is we did make Vein Miner in the pack. We just, well, not Vein Miner, it's FTB Ultimine or something like that. And you can see right, yeah, it's Ultimine. So you can see right here, we can mine up to 64 blocks. Now that's the generic baseline stuff, but as you'll see, hit the box. Beautiful, well, shit. You're making a liar out of me, stupid game. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Perfect. All right. So I have a question for you guys, and I think this is a generational thing, but I wanna ask it anyway. And it's not a political question, but I can see how some people might think it might be. So hopefully I won't upset anybody by asking this question. But last night on the Oscars, if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. Well, not the whole Oscars, but just search for Chris Rock and Will Smith and enjoy the memes. But last night, Chris Rock made a joke about Will Smith's wife. She's balding, and she has a medical disorder supposedly called alopecia. Although I've heard, I don't know anything about them, so I'm not going to say whether it's true or not, but supposedly there was like a treatment or something done with her eyebrows or something that messed up her forehead. I don't know. There's so much bullshit out there on the internet, you don't even know anymore. But let's just say she's actually got alopecia for the sake of this argument. Yes? Okay. So she has a legitimate medical disorder. And Chris Rock chooses to... And that's, of course, assuming Chris Rock actually wrote his own joke. Keep that in mind, too. A lot of times, comedians don't write their own jokes. They're written for them at some of these things. And I'm not saying that's what happened with Chris. I'm not saying he was reading off a teleprompter, but it's possible. But I don't think so. But let's just assume he didn't. Let's assume he wrote his own joke. So anyways, he tells a joke about her basically being bald. He said he was looking forward to seeing G.I. Jane 2. And for those of you guys who are not old enough to remember G.I. Jane, it was a movie with Demi Moore where she joins the military and she had to shave her pretty hair. And there was a scene where she's ripping her hair off. Well, not ripping her hair off, but shaving her hair off. And it was a pretty pivotal moment in film at the time, because Demi Moore at the time, of course this was literally 20 years ago, so she was a very attractive woman. And I'm not saying she's not a very attractive woman now. I'm just saying at the time it would kind of be like, I don't know, who's maybe Zendaya? Zendaya? Hey babe, who's the girl that the Spider-Man guy's dating? Is it Zendaya? Okay. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I don't keep up with all of the shit. So anyways, it'd be like her shaving her head. It would probably freak some of y'all out. So anyways, his joke was basically implying that she was bald, and because she was bald, she was going to be making G.I. Jane 2. So that's the joke. And I think many people would agree that that's kind of an off-color joke. Well, not necessarily off-color, but it's mean, you could say. Now, comedians tell mean jokes all the time. I mean, if you go watch Ricky Gervais at the Oscars, that motherfucker roasted the shit out of people. I mean, like, what he said about, what's his name? The guy who was in Patriot. Mel Gibson. I mean, that was brutal. But, a lot of people didn't like Mel Gibson at the time because he said some racist shit. So, I mean, you can like him as an actor, but the dude said some hateful racist shit, and so he kind of got dragged for it, and people, I guess, were okay with that. Whereas Jada hasn't necessarily said awful shit. I mean, you could argue that she said some stuff about her marriage that might... Anyways, so... The point was, Will Smith walks up on stage, slaps the shit out of Chris Rock, and basically tells him to keep his wife's name out of his mouth, which, I mean, I would definitely tell somebody who was shit-talking Kat to shut their fucking mouth, and depending on the situation, it could escalate from there. But in a comedy situation, which is what this literally was, it's a situation where, Chris Rock is a comedian. He's been paid to entertain, and that's his job there. Do you think it's appropriate for Will Smith to smack the shit out of him? And I saw some people online, and this kind of blew my mind, but there were people online that were saying this was violence, not on Will Smith's part, but on Chris Rock's part, that words were violent, that there was hurt that was caused, and therefore it was violent. And I'm thinking, okay, there definitely was some hurt caused. I mean, if I was balding and somebody was pointing it out on TV, that would hurt. I mean, that would upset me. That would be embarrassing. I would feel bad, and there would be some deep blushing on my part, and I wouldn't like it, so to speak. But I don't think I'd walk up and slap the shit out of somebody for it, especially not in public, and especially not in a professional event. Now, if they're making fun of my wife because of a disability, that takes things to a whole new level. Now, that would really piss me off. That would really upset me, and that would anger me. But I don't think it reaches the point of violence, because he's attacking her verbally, but he's not physically attacking her. Oh, I'd stand up for you. I'd drag that motherfucker for sure. But I don't know if I would punch somebody just because they were mean to you. He pimp slapped the shit out of that motherfucker. Okay, I agree, but that was an open-handed bitch slap. I mean, it was epic. It was epic. So, my questions to you guys for the comments is, one, is there ever a time that speech can be considered violence? Speech. Only speech. Not touching somebody, but is there ever a time where speech and speech alone can be considered violence? And then two, do you think it was appropriate to walk up there and slap the shit out of that guy? So, I'll give you my opinion now, after y'all are typing, or while you're typing. So, for me, I think it was inappropriate. I think it was perfectly appropriate if Will Smith were to say "shut the fuck up" or scream like he did after he smacked him. I think that's perfectly appropriate. It might have even been appropriate to you could even argue that coming on stage and telling him to shut his fucking mouth, that's appropriate. But you got to be careful there, because you're also escalating at that point, because depending on who you walk up to, that could escalate stuff. Also, where the fuck was security? Like, holy shit, you can just walk up there and just smack somebody? I mean, like, really? And then not get escorted out of the building? I mean, that's some privilege right there. Like, if I walked up on stage and smacked somebody, I'm going to have 15 people tackling my fat ass, and they're going to drag my fat ass kicking and screaming out of the building and throw me in the dumpster. Now, obviously, Will Smith's a famous person, and famous people get away with some shit that they shouldn't get away with, and we see that every fucking day. But no, I don't think he should have hit Chris, especially since, I mean, this is basically almost a roast environment, and while I think the joke was in poor taste, I don't think it's a situation that he should have gotten hit for. And again, I don't think violence for speech is appropriate at any time, no matter what anybody says, as long as they're not physically attacking you or calling for physically attacking you. I don't think you deserve to hit him, especially a comedian. I think that's ridiculous. And I think a lot of times these days, people take hurt feelings to mean a physical attack. You know, you hurt my feelings, therefore it's perfectly valid for me to physically hurt you. And I strongly disagree with that. But I'd like to know what you guys think. And I think there's a generational gap there, because my age and people in my age group, we definitely don't think, the majority of us don't think that, you know, saying something mean to somebody means you get to beat shit out of them. I mean, you know, there's a difference obviously between schoolyard bullying and I'm not condoning bullying at all in any shape or form, but there's a difference between talking shit about somebody's mama on the playground when you in high school and talking about your wife nowadays, and people got to understand that as you get older there are consequences for your actions. So Will Smith got very, very lucky that Chris Rock did not press charges, because that was straight up assault, and that could have been, I mean, like, that's an open and shut case right there. There's literally no doubt in anybody's mind that Chris Rock got assaulted, and I think Chris Rock handled that amazingly. If somebody walked up and just slapped the shit out of my ass, I definitely would not have handled. I definitely would not have been able to continue on. I might have been able to restrain myself from attacking the motherfucker, but oof. So yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what you guys say, and I don't need to know your age by any means, but you know, let me know if you're in high school, if you're in college, or if you're post-college, because I think that kind of will change some of the answers. So, but yeah, that's just my thoughts and opinions, and there's definitely going to be some people that disagree with me. For sure, Twitter right now is a hellscape. I mean, Twitter is always a hellscape, but just some of the people that think, you know, if somebody says something nasty to you, gives you the right to walk up and just literally beat them to death, blows my mind. Oh, I agree it doesn't, but there are literally people that are saying that. I completely agree. I mean, there are people... It's not relevant. I think it is relevant in the aspect that there are people that believe that, and there are people that are saying stuff like that, and they believe that saying something to somebody can justify physically hurting somebody. Yeah, I mean, like... I can't say much more without getting into the realm of politics, and so I'm not going to, but there are a group of people out there that are perfectly fine committing acts of violence against people for saying horrendous things, but I don't think physical violence should ever happen due to words. Again, with exceptions of like bomb on a plane, fire in a theater, and stuff like that, or, you know, I want you to kill that person. We're not talking about those things. We're talking about, you know, your mama's fat. Oh, don't stab me, bitch. You know, that type of shit. I don't think that's appropriate. So, but we kind of got off on a tangent there. Okay. So now that we've got the rotational stuff figured out, which is basically what this video is about, what we're going to do now is I'm going to set up a farm to automate farming. We need to find a way to automate the cobble stuff down there. I'm curious to see if a windmill will work underground. If a windmill will work underground, then I'm going to clear out an area down there, maybe, and work on that. The problem with the andesite farm down there is it's only like a 30% chance. And because it's only a 30% chance, I'm not sure automating it is worth it. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section. Because Lost and Super Pie, they did not automate it. Because, again, it's a 33% chance. So you're going to end up with a drastic amount of other stuff that you don't need. Plus, it also means we have to create a sorting system to sort through the stuff that drops, because it's not all going to be what we need. And I don't know, I mean, we're going to need a lot of andesite, but I feel like with the couple mines that we have, because we have the andesite mine over there, and I think I found an andesite mine in my base, but I don't think I marked it. It was underneath down there. So there's a couple different places that I can get andesite. And now that we have vein miner, I'm not sure we need to automate it. So let me know in the comment section if you guys do want to see an automation of that or not. I mean, obviously some of you may want to see it, but I guess the question is does it make sense? Because I don't know if it makes sense. And then, yeah, I'm going to process all of this stuff, because we do have quite a bit of things that need to be processed and cooked. And then we're going to get rolling again with the stuff. So a little bit of a shorter video today, but I am making this on my lunch break. I did want to show you guys the 2 things that I had done. Let me know what you guys think. And obviously, I'm really interested in the... oh, wait, no. I need to leave that running. Interested in what you guys think about the topic for today. So, and let's keep it friendly in the comment section. I don't want people attacking each other or freaking out. You know, on my channel at least, I am perfectly fine with people disagreeing. I'm perfectly fine with people disagreeing with me, and I don't want anybody being attacked because they disagree with something that you necessarily believe in. Because you know, I'm a firm believer that people can disagree on topics and still be friends. Some of the people that I get along with and I have close friendships with, I disagree strongly with politically, religiously, and other things. And just because you have a difference of opinion in certain things doesn't mean you can't be friends. And I think that's something that our society is rapidly losing, and it's a shame because, like I said, differences of opinion, difference of ideas. You put 2 people next to each other and you're going to find disagreements 100% of the time. And being able to handle those disagreements, being able to, you know, cope with that stuff and react to it maturely is a big deal. It's a basic part of life, because you're going to have bosses in life that you don't like. You're going to have people in your life that you don't like, coworkers, you know, family members, spouse family members, you know, no matter what you do, there's going to be people out there that you disagree with, and you disagree with vehemently, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you don't like the person. You know, there's a difference between not liking someone and not liking their ideas. So, anyways, I feel like I'm preaching, and I don't want to preach. But I did want to ask you guys what y'all thought about that. So that being said, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. We do have a sub server. This is the list of folks that are currently playing on it. If you would like to do so, there is a join button possibly down below. If there is, click it and sign up for one of the memberships. If not, there is a link in the video description that will take you to my other channel where you can join there. Once you've joined either of the channels, add Discord, your YouTube account to Discord, and that will give you the rank on our Discord server, and then just message in the sub chat. Also, that gives you early access videos. This video is recorded on Monday, and it will be, I think, either Wednesday or Thursday's video. So if you are a sub, you would be able to watch this on Monday as opposed to having to wait till Wednesday or Thursday. So keep that in mind too. That being said, not everybody wants to or can support financially, and I completely understand and appreciate that. If you'd like to help out non-financially, like button and leave a comment. Those 2 things dramatically boost my channel's success, and it costs you nothing but a little bit of your time, and it would be greatly appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next clip.